visionaries, a place for dreamers. Where you wanna be? Join in, connect with us. Join in, and you can see what's up. Join in, so connect with us. Join in. It goes A-Spire, EM-Spire, DreamSpire, books for authors is on fire. A-Spire, the magazine for you. We got art and entertainment, celebrity news. M-Spire for entrepreneurs and motivators. It's demonstrated, see how they made it. DreamSpire TV is where you wanna be. Extraordinary people doing extraordinary things.
Hello, everyone. I am your host, Rhonda Bird, with A-Spire magazine on DreamSpire TV. Today, we have an amazing guest, Dr. Rhonda Travitt. She's a pastor, a noted author, and has written 4 books. So please stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this commercial break. Hello. Everyone, we are back with Dr. Rhonda Travitt, and she's an entrepreneur, life coach, international speaker, among many other things. We're so excited to have you here with us today. And I must tell you, after reading your bio, you have a lot of amazing things going on. And being that we're still, in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic and the effects that it has imposed on so many of us has been devastating to, a lot of people's lives. So I know that you have a movement, Transformation of a Nation, going on. Can you tell us about that?
Okay. Transformation of a Nation is a movement that we created right before COVID, as a matter of fact. The name just ended up being so appropriate during this time. It's a movement for those that are voiceless, the first responders that have been traumatized. We know that they're nurses and doctors, but this was all new to them as well. We are dealing with the ones that are coming out of the system during this time, during COVID, the incarcerated, as well as those that are mentally having a lot of challenge, which was a lot of people professionally and just the average everyday person, because this is something that was totally new. So we want to help them come out of this, not just getting life back to normal, because I don't think that's going to ever be normal. I think we're going to have to come out greater. And I believe that we will, because we've become very innovative and creative in how to make things happen.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So is it like Transformation of a Nation? Is it a platform that you have this on, or is it somewhere that people can go so that they can listen to you tell this and they can get, inspiration from what you're speaking about?
Absolutely. I have a podcast that is called Transformation of a Nation, and I interview people from all over in different aspects. I've interviewed, surviving R. Kelly, Miss Tamara Simmons, the lady that Dr. Stella Emanuel, who was recently on the White House. We want to hear those that are transforming, those that have something to say. So that's what the podcast is. And I also have a group in Facebook, and I'm teaching them, I'm mentoring them on how to get their businesses and emotions together as they begin to become more creative and not just be hopeless and sitting there waiting on something to happen or waiting on everything to pass by, because this is our finest hours and we slow down long enough to hear ourselves think. And so I think that the pandemic, I don't call it quarantine for me. I call it a consecration time, which is a set apart time. I think it's time for everybody. And people were dealing with themselves during this time. So those are the platforms right now that I have, and of course a website, but definitely the podcast has been amazing. It has been phenomenal, a tool during this time.
Yeah, it has. And, that provides a lot of counseling in different ways too, which I know you have a resource of counseling through text. How did you come up with that concept to counsel people through text? I thought that was really interesting because, the day that we live in now, a lot of people are so, therapy is taboo or counseling is taboo, but you came up with an innovative way as far as texting to counsel for anyone, which is wonderful. So what made you come up with that idea?
In my group, there were so many people that were going through and were asking questions, and I wanted to be available, not just for the group, but for those who could not afford counseling but needed it. Right. Sometimes it cannot be about the money at that moment. It has to be about the healing. It has to be that somebody is listening. And sometimes it's someone that you don't want to know your personal life. I'm a stranger to a lot of people. And so coming on and texting with me or just pushing your microphone down in Messenger, that helps them. And it just began to take off. I wanted to be available. And I think so many people, if you have a heart, I'm a humanitarian at heart, I'm a servant at heart, and I like to see people healed. And I think once you've gone through things and God has brought you out of some things, it's our obligation, it's our responsibility to reach back. And the reward does not always have to be monetary, because the reward is just seeing people get in their lives, talking to their families, husbands and wives, coming at peace, or jobs and people coming up with their ideas and assisting them on that platform of make your vision happen. Make it happen. Just don't keep it in your head. Make it happen.
That is so awesome. And it's such a wonderful outlet that you've opened up to people, because, everybody needs someone to talk to sometimes, So I'm thankful and grateful that you're putting yourself out there for people to have that outlet to talk to someone. Because like you said, so many times people don't know where to go or where to turn. But then they have Dr. Rhonda Travitt that they could turn to. So that is awesome. So hold that thought on your next thought of what you want to say. And we're going to go to a commercial break for our spotlight video, and we'll be back with more of Dr. Rhonda Travitt.
Y'all, I'm back. Hey, it's LaDasha. Listen, I wanted to come on and answer a question that I keep getting asked over and over again. And that question is, LaDasha, why don't you have a man? I get it, but the answer to that question is, one, it's none of your business. And two, I don't want a man. I want a good man. And there's simply a difference between the two, okay? You want a man. You want someone that'll come to your house and lay with you and buy you this and buy you that and take care of this and that, which is all fine and dandy. I'm not hating on nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I want what we call a good man. And there's a difference between a man and a good man, okay? The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Not for me, not for my kids, but my children's children. You know what I'm saying? Look it up. It's in the, turn the pages of the Bible. It's in there, you'll find it. But that's the first thing I ask a man. Hey, my name is LaDasha. Can you send my grandkids to private school? If his answer is no, guess what? I got to go. It's just that simple. Because my name is LaDasha, not Nintendo. You can't play me, boo. So if you can't do something for my grandchildren, if my grandkids don't already have a college fund before our second date, guess what? We can't go. That's how I tell you it's that easy. Huh? I'm trying to put y'all up on game, boo. I'm trying to put you up on game. I'm trying to take you from here, put you up here on game, boo. Catch me next time. I'm going to drop some more jewels for you. Thank you. Love you.
All right, we are back with Dr. Rhonda Travitt. So, Dr. Travitt, you have 4 books that you have written. Can you tell us a little bit about the books? I read just a little excerpt on religion and rebellion, and I thought it was quite interesting. So, could you go into what each of those books are about to our viewers?
Actually, it's 2 and 1 is revised, so not 4. Rejection and Rebellion, the Twin Towers. I dealt with so many people and clients, whatever economical, social level, and 2 of the things that was always stopping them from, and even myself, let me go there, from reaching potential would be rejection. What other people thought, how they perceived us, self-rejection. And I wanted to write about it so that there would be an avenue, so that we could pull down our mask. Because most of us are so masked and so made up until we can't reach that potential, and we end up being an imitation of someone as opposed to being our original and authentic self. So that's what provoked me to write Rejection and Rebellion, the Twin Towers. And I call them the Twin Towers because those are the towers, and they tower over our minds. And when I call it rebellion, people think that oftentimes one just doesn't want to do, but it's the hurt and the things that they've experienced in life that makes them act out. So once we begin to deal with those, I think dreams begin to come true. Avenues, I didn't know that it would go into universities and Australia and all of those places. I had no idea. I'm so honored because it's telling your own story. And I think that's the most amazing and authentic book that you can write, is being transparent about your experience as well as it becomes a help tool for somebody else.
Absolutely, because everyone deals with that at some point in their lives, or in some on a daily basis. So, just to have the material to see it from another person's perspective and views, it helps a lot of people, And I also, know that one of your missions is for the empowerment of women. So what are some of the tools that you provide to enhance their lives in the workshops that you have for those women, the ones that you have every year for the U.S. and the people in the Caribbean and all that? I found that very interesting. So what do you do?
What
I'm
do
sorry,
we do?
go ahead.
Okay. That conference, I think it was God-given. You think you're going to start out one way, but if you let God lead you, he'll make the conference into what he wants it to be. There were so many beautiful, we're God's girls, we're pretty girls, but we had things that were going on. So I didn't want to do that type. I wanted it to be a safe place where women could come from around the world. And we had real talk. I didn't want to make CDs off of it. I didn't want to make money off of it. I wanted them to come in and be able to speak their truth, because so many women feel like they're the only ones. And when one woman tells her story, she's also telling somebody else's story in the room.
Right.
And it began to heal. And people begin to say, I want to get up and tell my story. I want to talk about my pain. And then in the releasing of it, even through the tears of it, they unmasked, unlayered. And when you saw that woman the next time, it was not the same person that came in. So I wanted it to be a very safe place, an authentic place. I'm all about being transparent. And we women have to be taught to be transparent. We really
Yes.
do at times because it's hard, because we're so judged, we're so critiqued. And sometimes our greatest opposition is another woman not supporting. You know, they'll
Yes.
support a man, but not another woman. You'll have compassion on a man, but not your sister. And so that was the environment that I wanted to create, where we had compassion, where we encouraged, where we linked up, and we formed a great, awesome network and sisterhood.
So where do you have this conference every year? Is it in a different place every year, or you have it in the same place, location every year?
We have had it in Marietta every year. This year it was going to be in a different location. It was scheduled to be in August, but because it had gotten so big. So it's scheduled to go in Marietta, be in Marietta, but just at a different facility.
Okay. Do you plan to take it to other states in the near future?
Definitely. I'm connected with my sister Denise and a couple other ladies in the Bahamas, in Nassau. So we do conferences together, and I'd like to, and in Houston. So I'm working on Tennessee, Alabama, and actually I'm hoping the Dominican Republic. So if somebody
Well, you
wants
need to bring it to where I am in North Carolina as well, because I would love to come to one of them. So is there anything else that you would like for our viewers to know before, you know, we end this broadcast? Because you have so many things going on, and, you know, so many things that can help everybody, you know, male, female, anyone, you know, from all walks of life. So we want you to kind of tell, you know, where they can reach you, where they can find you, some of the things that you have going on, and, you know, to how they can contact you.
Okay. Right now, you can contact me, Dr. Rhonda Travitt. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. You can go to Transformation of the Nation podcast. If you have someone that is coming out of the juvenile system, I'm working with District Attorney Holmes, who's over the Ahmaud Arbery case. I'm working with mentoring youth, mentoring returning citizens, as well as the average everyday person. So you can't miss you can't miss us. We want to be a one-stop shop, even in helping to get jobs. So whatever you need, remember Facebook, Rhonda Travitt, Dr. Rhonda Travitt, Instagram.
Okay, and you also have a show that comes on every week. What's the network, the day and the times, and all of that, so that we can tune in and watch you?
Okay, it's Transformation of a Nation. I do it on Facebook and YouTube. It's on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. We had a previous TV show on Comcast, Straight Up No Chaser, and I'm kind of laying that down right now and focusing on Transformation of a Nation.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. But, you know, I'm honored to speak with you today, because, you know, going through your bio and reading some of the wonderful things that you've been doing, especially, you know, during this pandemic, and, you know, all of that, because we all have been affected by the pandemic, and some, you know, it hit us closer than we wanted it to hit. You know what I mean? So it's good that you have these outlets where people can actually reach out, talk to someone, get some counseling, get some encouragement, get some love, empathy, all of those things that are needed, you know, while we're going through this pandemic. Because honored, like I said, to have had you on our show today. And any last parting words for anyone of encouragement?
It was an honor and a privilege to be on DreamSpire today. So thank you so much for having me. I want to tell everyone, just be encouraged. Troubles don't last always. Every stumbling block can become a stepping stone, and that God is still in control of everything.
Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. God bless you.